Babes, welcome back. We love you. We see you. And we've got Moscato slushies on deck because an Atlanta reunion without a frozen drink would be, frankly, irresponsible.
Completely irresponsible. I mean, you literally need the brain freeze to distract from the absolute chaos we've just witnessed.
Right. But before we even get into the reunion, I have to confess something. I am fully spiraling back into book talk.
Oh no, we talked about this. You are doing the thing again.
I know. I keep convincing myself that I'm about to become this, voracious reader again. I bought 4 hardcovers yesterday.
Let me guess. You haven't finished the 3 you bought last weekend.
I haven't even opened them. But everyone keeps recommending that one fairy fantasy book, and the cover is just so pretty.
See, this is the thing about book talk. It is literally just peer pressure, but with aesthetic pastel covers and sprayed edges. You don't want to read. You want to collect the vibes.
Wait, you are so right. It's like, I want the aesthetic of being a reader without actually doing the homework.
Exactly. It's the same thing with the true crime takeover on our algorithms.
Oh my gosh, do not even get me started. My entire feed is just unsolved mysteries right now.
Oh yeah, because you watch one documentary on a Tuesday night and suddenly the algorithm decides you are ready to dedicate 6 hours to conspiracy theories about a missing hiker.
And it works. I literally turn into an internet detective. I'm like pausing the frame, zooming in on a blurry background car.
Which is wild because there is such a massive difference between just finding a case interesting and becoming completely clinically obsessed to the point where you're joining a Facebook group at 2 in the morning.
Guilty. I mean, does the algorithm just know me a little too well, or am I just that easily manipulated?
It's the algorithm, babe. It feeds the exact same part of our brains that makes us think we could survive a horror movie. Or, trust a self-driving Tesla.
Oh, absolutely not. Nope. I am drawing the line right there.
See, analytically speaking, the technology is fascinating. But would I trust my life to a car doing all the work while I'm just, sitting there?
Ripping the door handle for dear life. I don't care how many sensors it has, I am ghost breaking the entire time.
It is definitely a weird era to live in, watching this kind of sci-fi technology just become normal in real time. Can you imagine trying to explain self-driving cars to our parents?
My dad still prints out MapQuest directions, so no, he would never trust a robot car. He'd probably try to fight the dashboard.
Yeah, they would absolutely hate it.
Honestly, I kind of hate it too. It gives me anxiety. Speaking of anxiety, we should probably do our highs and lows for the upcoming work week before I need another slushie.
Right, because we actually have to go be professional dentists tomorrow. The glamour never ends. You go first. What's your high?
Okay, my high is actually that I am doing a full set of veneers on Thursday for a patient I absolutely love. She is so fun, we just gossip the whole time her mouth isn't propped open.
Oh, I love that. A good patient totally shifts the energy of the clinic.
It really does. And my small goal for the week is to, actually leave the office by 5 on Wednesday. No staying late charting. What about you? Highs?
My high is that the new dental hygienist we hired is finally starting, so I won't have to bounce between 3 rooms like a maniac.
Thank God. You have been so stressed about that schedule.
Oh, it's been awful, which leads directly into my low. Tomorrow is just haunting my calendar. It is fully booked, back-to-back extractions all morning.
Oh, that is brutal. You're going to need an emotional support snack by noon.
I already have a massive bag of cheddar popcorn hidden in my locker. What's your low?
Tomorrow afternoon, I have that one patient who always wants to debate his copay while he's sitting in the chair. Mentally, I am already exhausted just thinking about it.
I mean, you just have to charge him an annoyance tax at this point.
Seriously. But babes, enough about Moscato slushies, book talk peer pressure, true crime rabbit holes, self-driving cars, and our upcoming workweek anxiety. Let's get into the Atlanta reunion, where everyone suddenly remembers exactly what happened 6 months ago.
Yes, please. We need to talk about part 3 because, the tension in that room, you could literally cut it with a scalpel.
I am still emotionally recovering. We watched it this evening, and I was just screaming at my television. Because part 3 of any reunion is always where the absolute heaviest artillery comes out.
It's the climax of the entire reality TV metagame. The masks completely fall off.
Exactly. And we're not just talking about petty shade today. We are talking about the destruction of a 15-year sisterhood, massive financial ruin being exposed, and the literal weaponization of text messages.
The architecture of the drama was just astounding. Let's start with the big one, the shadow hanging over the whole season, the plot and the plan.
Yes, the plot and the plan. Everyone was whispering about it for months, like this shadowy, unspoken conflict that no one wanted to take the blame for.
Right, until K. Michelle decided to just blow the lid off the entire operation on the couch.
And the way she did it. She sits there with that unhinged energy and just points the finger dead at Drew Sidora, like calling her the central architect, the puppet master of the whole group.
Which, analytically, is such a fascinating move. Because when K. Michelle accuses Drew of manufacturing behind-the-scenes drama to ice out the newcomers and protect her own storyline, she is entirely breaking the fourth wall.
Totally breaking it.
Right. She's acknowledging that they are on a show, that they need storylines to survive, and that Drew was basically throwing the new girls to the wolves to keep her own hands clean.
It's like a game of chess. Right. The newcomers are just pawns. Drew is playing the queen, and she's just sacrificing these pawns, pushing them into arguments, so nobody looks at the mess in her own backyard.
That is a perfect analogy, but here's where I get a little sarcastic about K. Michelle's strategy. I mean, look at how the fans are reacting online. K. Michelle had a terribly messy midseason.
Oh, it was a disaster. She was at rock bottom with the fans.
Exactly. So is she actually exposing this grand mastermind conspiracy, or is it just way easier to point at Drew and say, she made me look crazy, rather than admitting she acted a fool?
Ooh, that is the million-dollar question. Because Drew's defense was basically exactly that. Drew was like, I don't need to produce you, K. Michelle. Your Twitter rants do the work for me.
And honestly, Drew has a point. K. Michelle goes on these massive, unfiltered tirades that give production endless material. She produces herself.
But the way K. Michelle was arguing back was so weird. She was using that bizarre, mocking, silly voice. I was scrolling Reddit, and people were saying that unhinged energy actually gave her power. Because you can't argue logically with a cartoon voice.
It's a brilliant defense mechanism. You can't out-strategize pure chaos. It disarms the opponent completely.
But wait, it kind of backfired, though, right? Because by backing Drew into a corner with all this puppet master talk, she forced Drew to reach into her bag. And Drew didn't just bring an argument, she brought a binder.
The physical paper trail, this is where the whole thing just gets so dark.
The black overlap. I gasped. I literally gasped, spilled my slushie.
Same. I mean, let's lay it out. Drew brought printed, physical direct messages and texts proving that she and K. Michelle were dating the exact same Atlanta promoter, this guy Black, at the exact same time.
Printed on 8x11 paper. Like, in a digital age, taking a trip to Kinko's to destroy your friend on national television is such a specific kind of dedication.
It's pure theatricality, but it works. Because if you just say it, the other person will gaslight you and deny it. When you hand Andy Cohen a stack of paper with timestamps, you eliminate all the wiggle room. It becomes a forensic crime scene.
It is the ultimate mic drop. But the details were so nasty. It wasn't just, oh, he's double dipping. He was saying horrible things about both of them to the other one.
It was vile. The texts about K. Michelle's hygiene.
Ugh, the oyster comment.
Right. And fans immediately connected it back to that infamous smelly pussy lawsuit K. Michelle dealt with years ago, like using a woman's deepest, most public humiliation against her to sleep with her friend.
Diabolical. It is sick behavior from this man. But this is what I don't get. Put yourself in their shoes, okay? You find out this guy's playing you both, lying, being toxic. Logically, the villain is Black.
Absolutely.
So why do these two women aim all their rage at each other? Like, they completely fractured their friendship over a man who belongs in the trash. Why aren't they teaming up against him?
Because, babe, this is the reality TV ecosystem.
Yeah.
Black does not hold a peach. He is not sitting on that reunion couch. If you want this conflict to translate into screen time and contract renewals, you have to fight the woman sitting across from you. Internalized misogyny meets Bravo capitalism.
Wow. That is so dark, but you are so right. And someone on a live stream was saying that K. Michelle didn't even have a real issue with Drew. She just got paranoid and let the bullshit take over.
That paranoia is what killed the friendship. Once you suspect your friend is producing you for the cameras and you're dating the same guy, you are just constantly surveilling each other. You can't come back from that level of mutual suspicion.
Speaking of not coming back, we have to talk about the collateral damage. Porsha and Shamea.
Oh, this was legitimately hard to watch.
It really was. We are talking about a 15-year ride-or-die sisterhood, marriages, babies, divorces, and it was just annihilated in front of us.
And it all stemmed from that off-camera blowout in Scotland, which, by the way, tells you everything you need to know about the Housewives' unwritten rules.
Yes, because they didn't just argue, they went for the jugular. They brought up Porsha's mom, Mrs. Diane, and Porsha's ex, Dennis.
You do not invoke Mrs. Diane, ever.
Literally a cardinal sin. The second you bring a mother or co-parent into it, the gloves are incinerated. But when they got to the couch, they both had receipts. And it was a masterclass in how some receipts are just embarrassing.
Right, because Porsha brought the ironclad timeline. Call logs, texts showing Shamea was trying to orchestrate an on-camera moment. Porsha proved Shamea wasn't acting like a real friend. She was acting like a cast member trying to secure her spot.
And then Shamea pulls out her texts. And they were so weak, she tried to prove Porsha never wanted her on the show. Like, who cares about casting logistics when someone is attacking your mother?
It completely fell flat. It just made Shamea look calculated and defensive instead of genuinely hurt. And you could see the couch completely divide based on that.
The alliances were so telling. Phaedra was totally Team Porsha.
Well, of course, Phaedra is an attorney, she's a veteran, she understands boundaries around children and family on reality TV.
Right. And then K. Michelle sided with Porsha just because Drew was on Team Shamea.
Exactly. Drew was arguing that Porsha demands unreciprocated loyalty, like she expects you to be a blind soldier but won't protect you in return, and Angela agreed with her.
But then you have Cynthia, Pinky, and Kelly just sitting in the neutral zone, looking exhausted and heartbroken.
Yeah.
Cynthia looked like she was at a funeral.
Because it essentially was one. And the pressure cooker of this show just cannibalizes genuine relationships. Shamea probably felt she had to fight with Porsha to earn her peach, and Porsha felt sold out for screen time.
But wait, it got so much worse because of the fan rumors. People were talking about Shamea's husband, who someone ruthlessly called the tiki mask face man, pressuring her for a male heir.
Just incredibly harsh commentary. And Shamea is sitting there crying, denying these intensely personal rumors about her marriage and fertility while simultaneously losing her best friend.
And the fans were not sympathetic at all. Everyone was saying she was obnoxiously reactive. But like, wouldn't you be yelling if your life was falling apart on camera?
I would be feral. But the saddest part of the whole thing was that one quiet moment, the endearing eyes moment.
Oh my God, I got chills. When Shamea just looked at her with this vulnerable, real-life friend face, basically begging for a truce.
And Porsha just stares back cold as ice and says, "This was not someone who truly loved you."
I died. It was a eulogy.
Mm-hmm.
To know you still have love for someone, but the trust is so broken you can never, ever be in their life again. That is Shakespearean tragedy.
It's the ultimate price of being on television. But thankfully, the producers knew we needed a pivot because we went straight from that heavy emotional devastation into the absolute most messy financial reads of the decade.
Yes. The whiplash was real, and I needed it. This is officially the most financially chaotic cast we have seen in years, and I am here for the mess.
Let's talk about Angela versus Kelly, because Kelly spent all season screaming about her new man,
Jarvis, who everyone is saying is running from creditors or hiding money from his ex-wife. Kelly is just yelling, trying to project this rich lifestyle.
And Angela Oakley, who is sitting on quiet, secure NBA wife wealth, just waits for her moment and drops the read of the season.
New teeth and nowhere to sleep.
Ooh, lethal.
Fell off the couch, like basically saying you spent all your money on veneers, but you are couch surfing with a fugitive.
The precision of it was just stunning. It exposes the ultimate housewife hypocrisy, trying to look wealthy while having zero actual assets. The fans were calling Kelly homeless, not toothless.
Such a good Beverly Hills callback. And someone noticed that when Kelly argues, her voice hits a frequency that only dogs can hear.
Volume over substance, always. But Kelly wasn't the only one getting financially dragged. We have to talk about Pinky Cole and Phaedra Parks.
Pinky, the vegan boss. Except she is apparently drowning in debt. She's closing her third waffle joint. She owes an ex-employee $18 grand, and she owes some guy named Greg $89,000.
Over $100 grand in messy debt, broadcast to millions. And then Phaedra, calm and collected, just leans over and demands her $10,000 legal fee invoice.
You cannot fight Phaedra when she has a literal invoice. Pinky is trying to be this boss, but how can you assert dominance when your creditor is sitting 2 feet away wearing a gown?
You can't. Financial reality is the one thing you can't fake your way out of on this show.
But the contrast, right? While Pinky is facing actual bankruptcy, Shamea and Kelly are over there complaining about the thread count of the hotel sheets in Scotland.
Oh, the hotel drama. This is where veteran energy is so crucial. Cynthia Bailey's reaction was everything.
Yes. Cynthia has stayed in actual castles and actual dumps for this show. She knows that complaining to production about dusty sheets makes you look like an amateur diva.
Exactly. So she just sits there listening to them whine while people are losing their life savings and their 15-year friendships, and she just exhaustedly goes, We gotta leave here at some
It
point.
was so iconic,
Yeah.
just completely deflating their stupid argument. She was so over it.
We were all over it. But honestly, the funniest part of this entire section was what was happening outside the studio.
Charles Oakley, Angela's husband.
Yes. While Angela is inside methodically destroying Kelly's life, this massive former NBA enforcer is literally just sitting out in the Bravo parking lot in his Tahoe.
For hours, just idling. He barely poked his head in, saw the screaming, and was like, nope, I'll be in the car.
It's the visual palate cleanser we desperately needed because right after that, Andy pivoted to the real family trauma.
Yeah, the stuff with Angela and her daughter, Amori, that was heavy.
It was. Finding out your 24-year-old daughter secretly eloped and has been married for 4 months and you had to find out from the grandmother.
And the fact that Amori has been with this girl since they were 12, Angela must have dreamed of planning that wedding her whole life, and she was completely cut out.
The feeling of exclusion she described felt so visceral, and it raises that ethical question we always talk about. Should you be navigating real, acute family estrangement on a reality TV soundstage?
It feels wrong. Like, it's so invasive to have millions of people judging this young girl's marriage while the mother and daughter are barely speaking.
It's the Faustian bargain of Bravo, babe. You trade your private pain for relevance, but right next to Angela crying about it, Pinky announces she's pregnant.
Whiplash again.
Mm-hmm.
New life next to generational trauma. It was insane. And, because of all this chaos, the casting rumors for season 18 were everywhere.
Oh, Twitter was convinced Shamea was fired and Nene was coming back.
Everyone wanted Nene back to save it. But Andy Cohen shut it down on the radio. He said the Nene rumors are fake, the network loves season 17, and the contracts are already sent out to the exact same cast.
Which means no reboot. And honestly, it makes sense. Bravo wants the toxicity. They don't want a fresh start. They want the unresolved tension.
But would you want to work there? 2 main friendships are permanently dead. Nobody is going to want to film together. It's going to be a completely divided, toxic workplace.
Babe, a divided, toxic workplace is the exact engine that drives a Housewives season. They want the 2 couches. They want to force Porsha and Shamea to go on a trip together. That is the show.
Ugh, you're right. Okay, let's get into our snark side segments because I need to lighten the mood. Segment 1, Peach of the Reunion. Who is your MVP?
Oh, Angela, 100%. The new teeth comment alone secured her peach for the next 5 years.
Agreed. Best read goes to Angela. But biggest villain, I kind of have to say Porsha, just for how icy she was at the end.
See, I think the villain is Black. The off-camera guy ruined 2 cast members' lives without even getting mic'd up.
Ooh, valid. Okay, segment 2, receipt or revisionist history. Who had the best receipts?
Portia's call logs were undeniable, but Drew's printed binder of DMs was the most devastating.
And Shamea had the worst. Revisionist history all the way. Okay, segment 3. The reunion group chat. If we were in a group chat with the cast, what is the one text you're sending right after the camera's cut?
I am texting Cynthia saying, I ordered the Uber, let's get you out of here.
I am texting Kelly saying, babe, drop Jarvis and let's go get you an apartment.
Oh, savage. Finally, segment 4, next season prophecies. Give me one prediction for season 18.
Porsha and Shamea will not speak the entire first half of the season, and production will force them into a locked room during a cast trip.
That's a given. My prediction is that Pinky's baby shower will be the site of a massive screaming match over an unpaid invoice.
Oh my God, Phaedra's going to show up to the baby shower with a collection agent. I can see it now.
It's guaranteed. But honestly, zooming out on all of this, the biggest thing I'm taking away from this reunion is this terrifying new standard for evidence.
Right. The receipts.
If you have to bring printed texts and third-party DMs just to survive a reunion, it means these women have to spend their entire off-season recording and surveilling each other.
It's a surveillance state. You can't even have a glass of wine with your friend without wondering if you need to screenshot the follow-up text for a tribunal in 9 months.
It makes genuine friendship impossible. The show requires authenticity, but the mechanics of the show destroy the ability to be authentic.
I'm going to be spiraling about that paradox all night.
Yeah.
But we want to hear from you, the Snark Squad. Drop in our comments. Would you actually trust a self-driving Tesla? Has Book Talk peer pressured you into buying books you won't read? And let us know your high and low for your upcoming work week.
We want to hear all your highs and lows and all your shady opinions on this reunion.
Absolutely. Stay shady, stay curious, and we'll see you on the Snark side.